Assalamualaikum and good morning, madam. My name is Khairul bin Khairul Nizam. Today, our group will present about the steel skeleton frame, which is one of the most widely used structure system in the modern construction. Steel skeleton frame are commonly used in the high-rise building because they provide high strength, durability, and the construction efficiency. In this presentation, will be explain the definition of a steel skeleton frame, its purpose and function, the installation process, its advantage and disadvantage, and finally the conclusion. For introduction, steel skeleton frame was first introduced to replace traditional load-bearing brick and stone wall. Instead of railing on a thick wall to support the building, the entire structure load is transferred through steel column and beam. This innovation allows building to have tiny wall, large window, more usable floor space, and the greater flexibility in architecture design. It also enables the construction of skyscraper and other large buildings that will not be possible using conventional masonry construction. The next one, purpose and function of steel skeleton frame. Steel skeleton frame is to transfer structural load safety from the upper part of the building to the foundation through steel column and beam. Support all dead load and live load. Dead load refer to the permanent weight of the building, while live load are temporary load such as occupant and furniture. Steel frame provide resist against wind load and lateral force. This prevent excessive movement and improve the stability of high-rise building. For multi-story building, steel skeleton frame provide overall stability by creating a strong structure system that can support several floor safety. Steel skeleton frame are as the main support system for floor slab, roof, wall, and the building service. It allows this component to be installed securely within the building structure. The last one, steel skeleton framing allow more flexible interior layout because fewer structure walls are required. This provides large open space and the greater freedom in architecture design.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Ahmad Muklis bin Abdul Azim. Today I'm going to present about the method of installation. So the first stage in installing a steel skeleton frame is the fabrication of steel members. Steel columns and beams are manufactured in a controlled factory environment based on engineer's design specification. During fabrication, steel members are cut, shaped, drilled, and prepared for connection. Quality inspection are carried out to ensure that all dimensions and specifications meet the required standards before the materials are transported to the construction site. So the next one is, after fabrication, the steel members are transported to the construction site. The delivery sequence must be carefully planned to prevent unnecessary handling and ensure smooth erection. The installation begins with steel columns. Cranes are used to lift the columns into the correct position. The columns are then connected to the base support and temporarily braced to prevent movement before the complete frame is assembled. Temporary bracing is important because individual steel members cannot provide full stability until the entire structural system is connected. Next one, after the columns are installed, steel beams are erected to connect the columns and form the main skeleton of the building. The beams are lifted using cranes and positioned according to the structural drawing. They are then connected to the column using the high strength bolt or using the welding method. Once the connection are completed, engineers perform alignment check to ensure that the column and beams are correctly positioned. Proper inspection is important because inaccurate connection may affect the strength and stability of the entire structure. So, the next stage involves installing a secondary structural component such as a secondary beam and bracing system. These components improve the stability of the frame and provide support for floors. They also provide support for roof and wall. For multi-story building, a metal decking is commonly installed on top of the steel beams before the concrete flooring is constructed. This creates a strong composite floor system that works together with the steel frames. Finally, a complete inspection is carried out to ensure all members' connection and alignment meet the required standards. Once approved, the steel skeleton frame is ready for the external cladding, walls, and other building finishes. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Haizrin bin Muhammad Haider and I'm going to continue on advantages of steel skeleton frame. Steel skeleton frame offer many advantages compared with conventional reinforced concrete or masonry structures. Firstly, steel has a very high strength to weight ratio. This means it can support heavy loads while using relatively less material, resulting in lighter structures and potentially smaller foundations. Secondly, steel members are fabricated in factories before being delivered to the site. This significantly reduces construction time because fabrication and foundation work can take place simultaneously. Another major advantage is flexibility. Since the frame carries the building loads, interior walls can easily be removed or relocated during future renovation. Finally, steel is one of the most sustainable construction materials because it can be recycled many times without losing its strength. These advantages make steel skeleton frame one of the preferred structural systems for modern commercial and high-rise buildings. Next up is disadvantages of steel skeleton frame. Firstly, the initial construction cost is relatively high because structural steel fabrication and transportation require significant investment. Secondly, steel performs poorly under extremely high temperatures. During a fire, steel gradually loses its strength and may deform if it is not protected. Therefore, fireproof coatings, fire-resistant boards, or concrete encasement are commonly used. Another issue is corrosion. When steel is exposed to moisture and air for a long period, rust may develop. To prevent corrosion, steel members are protected using paint systems, galvanizing, or other protective coatings. Finally, steel erection requires skilled workers and strict quality control because incorrect installation may reduce structural stability. Proper engineering design is also important to prevent buckling of long compression members. So, in conclusion, the steel skeleton frame is one of the most important structural systems used in today's construction industry. It provides excellent strength, durability, and flexibility while allowing buildings to be constructed much faster through prefabrication. The installation process must be carried out carefully from foundation preparation to the erection of columns, beams, and floor systems to ensure safety and structural stability. Although steel structures have some disadvantages, such as higher initial costs, these challenges can be effectively managed using proper engineering design and maintenance. Overall, steel skeleton framing continues to play a vital role in the construction of modern buildings due to its efficiency, sustainability, and long-term performance. And that's all. Thank you.